Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet. In this session, we'll be discussing from the 18th verse of the 8th chapter of the first canto Srimad Bhagavatam. From this verse onwards, Kunti's prayers will continue till quite some number of verses. So this is the beginning of Kunti's prayers to Krishna. Krishna is about to leave for Dwaraka from Hastinapura. And when Krishna is about to leave, Kunti approaches along with all the other members of the Pandu family, Pandavas family. And Kunti offers prayers which are very, very enlightening about who is Krishna, what is his position, what is his absolute nature, very wonderfully explained in these prayers by Queen Kunti. So the 18th verse, Kuntyuvacha Namasye Purusham Tvadyam Ishwaram Prakrite Param Alaksham Sarva Bhutanam Antarbahiravastitam. The meaning of this verse is, Srimati Kunti said, O Krishna, I offer my obeisances unto you because you are the original personality and are unaffected by the qualities of the material world. You are existing both within and without everything, yet you are invisible to all. So, Kunti's first prayer in the series of prayers, she is offering obeisances to Krishna as she knows Krishna is not just her relative. Krishna is not just her brother's son, not just her nephew, but Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the original personality, who is always transcendently situated, unaffected by material qualities, even when he descends to this material world. And one more thing she is telling here, Krishna exists both within and without everything, inside everything, outside of everything. Now this is not easy to comprehend. And she's also telling, in spite of you being present inside everything and outside of everything, still you are not visible to everyone. You are invisible to all. So Srila Prabhupada has written an elaborate purport for this. Let's try to hear from Prabhupada what he says. So Prabhupada begins his purport by telling, Srimati Kunti Devi was quite aware that Krishna is the original personality of Godhead, although he was playing the part of her nephew. See, Krishna, when he incarnates, he plays the part of a particular person, and yet he remains the Supreme Personality of Godhead under all situations and circumstances. His absolute position, supreme position, does not change, even though he may appear to be like younger than Kunti Devi, subordinate to somebody else, but his supreme position is unchanged, because he is the original personality of Godhead. And Prabhupada further says, such an enlightened lady could not commit a mistake by offering obeisances to her nephew. Generally, the etiquette is the younger ones offer obeisances to the elders. But here, Kunti, elderly lady, she is offering obeisances to somebody who is younger, many, many years younger. So why? That is because Krishna is no ordinary person. He is the original personality of Godhead. Kunti Devi is addressing Krishna as the original Purusha beyond the material cosmos. We are all created beings within this material world. Whereas Krishna exists beyond this material creation. He is beyond this material creation. And even beyond the material creation, though there are many liberated souls, devotees, Krishna is the original Purusha, original personality, original Lord. So that is Krishna's actual position. Now Srila Prabhupada says one very important thing here. Although all living entities are also transcendental, they are neither original nor infallible. We are also part of the spiritual world. We belong to the spiritual world. We are all transcendental entities, but we are not original. So, we have our source in Krishna. Krishna is always our eternal controller, and we are eternally controlled. And one more point is, we are not infallible like Krishna. Krishna is called Achyuta. Achyuta means one who never falls down from his transcendental position. One who never comes under the clutches of Maya. How is that? Krishna is the controller of Maya, of the illusory energy. Eternally he is the controller, so he will never come under the clutches of Maya. So Krishna is called infallible, means one who never falls down into this material existence. So even when Krishna comes, he may appear to take birth like the son of Vasudeva and Devaki, but his birth is transcendental. Janma karma chame divyam. In the Bhagavad Gita, this is explained in the 4th chapter, 9th verse. Janma karma chame divyam. Divyam means transcendental birth. What is the meaning of transcendental birth? That even when he appears to take birth, he is merely coming from the spiritual world to give darshan to all of us in the material world. He becomes visible, that's all. He is always present as the Supreme Lord. In that same position, he appears, he incarnates, he takes birth in the same position. His position doesn't change. Now, as opposed to Krishna, who never changes his position, the living entities are apt to fall down under the clutches of material nature. Whenever a living being who actually belongs to the spiritual world wants to independently enjoy, wants to materially enjoy, or wants to try to become independent of Krishna's control, such a living being is forced to come under the clutches of material nature. Krishna is not like that. Never. He is always the Lord. He is the Lord of all living entities. He is the Lord of the material nature. He is the Lord of the spiritual nature. He is the Lord of Vaikuntha. He is the Lord of this material creation. He is the Lord of everyone and everything, always, eternally. So that is Krishna's position. In the Vedas, therefore, Krishna is described as the chief among all living entities. Nityo Nityanam Chetanas Chetananam. In the Upanishad, Kathopanishad, this is stated. He is the chief eternal among so many eternals. All the living entities are eternal, but Krishna is the chief eternal. He is a supreme eternal being. And Chetanas Chetananam, he is the supremely conscious being among so many conscious living entities. That is Krishna's unique position. Now, Krishna is also addressed as Ishvara. Ishwaram Prakrite Param. Ishwaram. Ishvara here refers to controller. Now, the living beings also may have some position of control, just like Surya, Chandra, Indra, Varuna, Vayu. But they are not Supreme Ishvara. Supreme Ishvara is only one, that is Krishna. Ishvaraha, Paramaha, Krishnaha, Satchidananda Vigraha. In the Brahma Samhita it is said. Param Ishvara, Supreme Ishvara. And Krishna is also, Ishvara means the controller. He is the ultimate controller. He is the controller of all controllers. There is nobody above him. There is nobody equal to him. Asamordhva. This is Krishna's position. Now, Krishna was present before Kunti Devi and all the others who had assembled to see him off. But Kunti knew that even though he is present in front of her, he is also seated in her heart. He is also seated in everybody's heart as a super soul. So, in the Bhagavad Gita, this is confirmed. Kunti Devi is telling you are present within everyone and also you are present outside of everyone. So, how is it possible to understand this? That is explained by Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita, 15th chapter, 15th verse. Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishto. I am seated in everyone's heart as the Paramatma, super soul. And only due to Krishna do we get remembrance, knowledge and forgetfulness. Mattaha smritir jnanam apohanam cha. And through all the Vedas, I am to be known. Vedaischa sarvair ahameva vedyam. The Vedas, so many subject matters are discussed in the Vedic literature, but the aim is to know who is Krishna, who is the ultimate source of everything, who is the ultimate controller of everyone and everything, and that is declared as Krishna. And Krishna is the compiler of the Vedas. And he is the knower of the Vedas. So, this is the unique position of Krishna. Kunti Devi experienced that even though Krishna was present outside, still when the child in the womb of Uttara was in danger of being attacked by a Brahmastra released by Ashwatthama, Krishna immediately entered the womb of Uttara to save that child from the attack of Ashwatthama's Brahmastra. So, Kunti Devi actually herself was puzzled. Is Krishna all-pervading or is localized? What is the meaning of all-pervading? He is present everywhere. But actually, localized means he is in a specific place, a particular place. Just like he is standing in front of Kunti Devi. In Hastinapura, he is present in front of Kunti. So, is he localized or is he all-pervading? So the answer is, Krishna is both. He is all pervading, he is also localized. But in spite of being present everywhere, in spite of being present within everything, in spite of being present outside, just like I can see you or you can see me, like that, everybody, when Krishna incarnated, could have seen Krishna. But still, he reserves the right of not being exposed to persons who are not surrendered souls. Those who are not surrendered, when they see Krishna, they see him as another ordinary person. They see him as another ordinary person. They cannot recognize, oh, here is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, how is it that they're not able to recognize? That we explain in the next verse. So, I'll stop here. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.